So today on the table, I'm doing a bit of a teardown on or a battery replacement on an iPhone SE. This is the old model, not the newer ones. And to begin with, I've had it on the heat pad here at 75 degrees Celsius, just to soften up the battery. And now I am removing the two pentalobe screws. And from here I'm going to use a thin metal pry tool to be able to get into the phone itself. Now that green one I picked up is for batteries, not for screens. So I should just be able to pry this in just enough to be able to lift it. I'm only wanting to push the metal pry tool under the display and in probably only about a centimetre, if that. Down the bottom you have to be careful not to damage the flex connector for the home button. So essentially on the home button there's a little cable that runs down and connects to the mainboard. And also when you open it, don't pry it open all the way. You have to flick off this small little metal bracket and then disconnect the home button to be able to open it up. You can see that dangling there near my right thumb. Once you've gotten into there, you're about halfway there. In this particular way, I'm doing it the lazy way, and I'm going to leave the screen attached. If you've never done this before, it would be recommended to remove that. So you'd still disconnect the battery like I'm doing now. And then from there, with the battery disconnected, you'll undo the bracket using a Phillips head screwdriver on the screen and then disconnect the screen. So there's a little bit more of an advanced method to be able to replace the battery in this particular model of phone. So right now I'm just trying to find my isopropyl spray, which I should have somewhere here. Here we go. What I find is the metal tabs don't always necessarily lift it up. So what I usually use is this isopropyl spray to soften the adhesive. And then that combined with my green pry tool, that battery comes out with minimal drama. Now the whiteness that you could see left behind there is the tape, the double-sided adhesive. This battery is from October 2017. So it's done a bit over 3 years of life. Now the typical brand that I do use is Nohan, so I will be replacing it with one of their brand of batteries that I have had good results with in the past. Reinstalling the battery is relatively straightforward. Typically I attach the battery first, and then from there I position the battery in, just so then I know that wherever I've located the battery, that connector is still going to fit. Since I've already left the double-sided adhesive there's no need to reinstall some new stuff. From here, put the battery flex shield back on, one Phillips head screw in the top, and then one Phillips head screw in the bottom. Now sadly I didn't quite get a good angle of the next step after that, which is reattaching the flex connector, which is fairly challenging if you've never done it before or if you're only doing it as a one-off. Typically it should take most people that work on phones 10-20 seconds to put that back on, max. There we go, that's reconnected. Now the optional part is putting the bracket or the connector bracket or cover back over it. Usually you should do this just so it's all back together exactly how that it was. But anyway, now I'm going to push the screen back into position. You start with the top half first, push the bottom half in afterwards, and then just work your way around the phone. It should clip in all the way around. And from there, put in the two pentalobe screws in the bottom of it, and then you're right to put it onto charge from there. I hope this particular video gave you some ideas and some advice on what you need to do to be able to replace the battery in your iPhone SE. If you want to do the iPhone SE 2, simply look up an iPhone 8 teardown video. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.